Alexa, play hits 92.3 ATL. Eyes on you, I'm so obsessed. Flowing on me hard, I can't express, yeah. Distance from you, section the best down. Look at you here, looking the best. Smile on me, sweet and fast and slow, girl. Say what you need to know, girl. Come in my life, you're sure, girl. Come in my bed, me flow, girl. Nighttime, baby, me know, girl. Say, give me some, give me more, girl. Baby, oh yeah. To the city, only to know for the kitty. Baby in the bed, on the Bentley, out of my chest. Can you feel me? Yeah, can you feel me? Baby, can you feel me? If you want me then, try to stay me in my broken man. Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. It's ready and extraordinary. So just like a strawberry. Feel like the wine in theory. The nice style of the regular baby. Make it play with your body like you have a piano. Back it up right, so you have draws up. It's like the name Cristiano Ronaldo. Back it up right, so right, that's up in me right, that's right, that's back up in me right, that's right. Give me right, this one, right, up on the bike, I'm right, it don't work, I'm up to the coffee, the express up, ever said them, I'm making them it right, that's right. Get out of your mind and the table, what make you a dance on the table, real bad girl, easy, I'm telling them, can't wind up, bubble like you're here with your body like you have a piano. Back it up right, so you have draws up, it's like the name Cristiano Ronaldo. Back it up right, so that's back it up in me right, that's right, that's back it up in me right, that's just fine from not stress. That's all the things right, that's one more time, so you know I got this. One more the things right, that's all up on the body vibes, like body party, like body, so y'all got this. I'm sorry, I'm tick-tock, see I'm tight. Alright, that's right, so anyway, y'all made them up to town, just think right, back it up right, that's it up right, so right now, we have no time, every girl to the point, put it down to the same time, give me that crazy wine, give me the one, they want to spend every day. With your body like you have a piano. Back it up right, that's what I'm driving. It's like an imprint, that's Ronaldo. Back it up right, that's what I'm
I just want to run my business and do ratchet shit with my friends. And that's it. That's it. That's it.
You are now tuned in to All Hustle and No Fear with your girl, the Hood Unicorn. Come on, let's go.
Back against the wall, last name against the rope. Middle finger stretched, if you thinking it's a joke. Tell my friend I'm about to blow, 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 about to blow.
El celular suena, ella lo ignora. Con la amiga, pero ella anda sola. Soy tímido, pero yo le dije hola. De inmediato me juega como bandola. Bandolera inocente con pistola. Cara de mala pa' que nadie venga y joda. En mi mente ella está bailando lento. Encima a mí, pero solo en mis pensamientos. Producto de mi imaginación. Producto de mi imaginación. Producto de mi imaginación. Now baby girl, you know this is your song. Yeah. Little liquor courage got me thinking I'ma flourish, so I feel I'm sliding. She's drop dead and I'm dying. I swear to God I'm really trying. I feel I'm getting nervous and I see it getting further, so it's now or never, I'ma dive in. We locked eyes, God is watching. He got my back, he said I got him. So listen here, baby, I ain't tryna go crazy. I just want a conversation that'll turn the penetration round. One, not disappoint, round two, I'll make a statement. You're just really fucking gorgeous and your eyes is in amazement. Después de eso me ignora. Mira para atrás y me pregunta a qué hora. Ahora, ahorita, depende del país que tú visitas. Producto de mi imaginación. Producto de mi imaginación. Producto de mi imaginación. Now baby girl, you know this is your song. Yeah. La tengo suelta y me dice que me adora y me quiere explorar como Dora. Se pone ready, la chamaca no demora. Di que santa, mentirosa, bien hermosa. Es una vista como Puerto Rico tan maravillosa. Bien humilde, su nivel es otra cosa. Se mueve como diosa, yeah.
Good morning. I am Sunshine Reigns with All Hustle, No Fear, and we are radio that you have to watch. That's right. We are radio that you need to tune into to watch all of the fun that is going down here at the Hits 92.3 station. So what I need you to do is follow me at All Hustle, No Fear on YouTube, or follow Hits 92.3 on Facebook, and tune in Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. for All Hustle, No Fear. We are After Dark Radio in the morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing? It's your girl Sunshine Reigns, a.k.a. Griselda Blanca, a.k.a. Uni the Motivator, a.k.a. the Party Starter. But tune in each and every morning because I am your Hood Unicorn, and I am here to help you get your day started in a positive way with some good information, little hee-hee-ha-has, and just some, camaraderie. We need more people that wake up positive and wake up happy instead of people that wake up blah And I want to be that person for you. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, let me get my day started off by telling y'all when life will life. When life will life the way that life can life like no other life can life. Y'all understand what I mean by that? Let me explain to you exactly what I mean. You can go and you are on your path, and that path has just been pathing for a while with no problems, no obstructions, no debris, no issues, and you are fine with that, and you've got used to it, and you've got comfortable, you've got complacent, you've got what you believe is control. And then life, out of nowhere, will throw you a curveball. It'll throw you a rock. It'll throw you a mudslide. Hell, life can even throw you an asteroid or a meteor. It be like that. Life will life on you. And you have to ask yourself, how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to survive it? How are you going to keep drudging forward and doing life? Shout out, we got somebody watching from the Ukraine. What's up, Ukraine? I love having, what's up, DJ Tony Wag Music? I love having new listeners from far off places. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, life will life you in ways that you can't imagine. So without me telling y'all all my business, but just giving you some of it, my life changed in ways yesterday that I have to readjust. I just do. I have no choice. When I thought I had a choice of whether or not I wanted to readjust, I tried to figure out little ways that I could do it here and there, but it wasn't necessary. I didn't have to readjust. I just kind of needed to, you know what I'm saying, or wanted to for the sake of, right? But because of things that happened yesterday, I'm like, no, I absolutely have to readjust, and I got to do this now. I got to change immediately, and there's no choice. I have no choice. I things that have happened have forced me to say, okay, I have to change this. Then on top of that, it's just like, okay, I see you. That's what's up. We're going to deal with that. And right as I'm dealing with that one, here comes life again that says, you know what? We're going to see how you handle this one too. We're going to hit you in a completely different aspect of life and see how you handle that one too. So, going forward for the next couple of weeks, I'm so proud of Alix. She got a position doing something, but she has to do training. So I'm losing out on Alix for the next, month or so or whatever, right? And I'm fine with that because I understand that Alix needs to do what Alix needs to do, not just for her, but for her family and for her journey. And that All Hustle No Fear still has to keep continuing on and do what All Hustle No Fear does for its journey and for what we do, right? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. In the 3 years that I've done this show, it's only been a handful of shows that I've actually had to do by myself. But I've done those shows knowing that the next time I come on, my support system, my crutch, my lean, my whatever it is that any other co-host that I have has been will be there. And not just Alix, but I've had multiple co-hosts from Madonna to DJ Tig to TK and so many others, so it's not that it was just her presence, it's just a presence in general. So now I have to still maintain who I am, and what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and still give the same product, knowing that that crutch, that presence is gone. For some people, when an issue arises for you, when something changes, when something that's comfortable to you brings about a change, not because it's necessarily gone, but just because it's not in the same form that you're used to it, some people will shut down. Some people will give up. Some people will say, well, I can't, I have. Meaning I have to have it like this to do it. I can't do it without this. I need this to do it. I need you to step up, and I need you to say that these are those moments that we ask for, that we don't get to decide what they are and how they are. I've asked the universe to put me in a place of uncomfortability because I want to learn how to move when I'm uncomfortable. Most people, when they are uncomfortable, their anxiety kicks in and their brain shuts down. Their abilities shut down. They give in. They give up. Their coward sets in. Whatever it is. I don't want to allow that. I had a choice to make this morning. Lay in bed and sulk. Be upset that my norm is no longer my norm. I had to learn that I had to decide whether or not I was going to give in or give up or just roll over and take it. But I'm here. And I'm not just here for me. I'm not just here because. I'm here because this is a journey. Everything isn't always going to be roses and happiness. Some days it's going to be difficult, you guys. And if I can be here to explain to you guys that, to be here to say that to you, so that on your difficult days, when you start your day off, you're ready to take on the world. See, if I start my day off telling you that there are going to be days where the world is going to world and life is going to life, and you still got to get up and you got to go through life. Well, as your day goes on, if that does happen to you, at least I've already put your gloves on. Now all you got to do is swing. I'm not here for me. I keep telling y'all that. Or maybe I'm not telling you. Maybe I am telling me. I am not here for me. I'm no longer here for me. I'm here for you. I'm here for those days where you can't fight, but you need a mirror. Let me be that mirror. Let me be that reflection of you being powerful, of you being strong, even on my weakest days. Let me be that strength for you to get up and say, okay, I don't care if life on me today. I'm still gonna life back. And you understand exactly what I mean. Yeah, I miss Alix's presence over these next 3 weeks, but she gonna bring her ass back. She's got to, because I got plans for us. Yeah, what happened in the beginning of the day, it happened. And me and my family gonna have to figure out a way to get through this. But we will. We'll keep going. We'll move on. And everything that works out will work out. It is what it is. I don't want you to feel as if you're the only one that life hits hard. Whether it's a death in the family, whether it's a job loss, whether it's homelessness, whatever it is. Life is lifing everyone right now, but we're fighting back. If you need somebody to put your back up against so that they have your flank, they have your six or whatever it is, tune in. I'll try to be that for you. I'll try to have your back. Try to hold you up. Try to let you know that you're not alone. But in the end, you have to understand that the one thing that you do have is a choice. Your choice to get up and fight. Your choice to decide how you're going to look at things, how you're going to make this work for you. Your choice of wallowing in pity and self-doubt and pain, or the decision to work through it. I'm not saying that you will be so strong that you will not have pain, that you will not have imposter syndrome, that you will not have fear. No, baby, you human. All of those things are what it means to be human, to have humanity. What I'm saying is, I dare you to fight through it and come out on the other end swinging, windmills. I dare you to get up and get back in the fight, even when the fight is winning. I dare you to life back. It's the choice you have to make. Will you take that dare, or will you just sit there and accept whatever comes your way? And I don't believe that you will. I believe that you are a fighter. You know why? Because you get up every single morning. I believe that you are a fighter. Why? Because you refuse to give in and give up. I believe in you. I believe in me. I've been questioning my reality lately and asking myself, when does the dream become a delusion? I think I finally have my answer. A dream is only a delusion when no one else can see your dream but you. What I mean by that is that sometimes, even though you feel as though you're dreaming your dream by yourself, there are people who are watching and who are silently cheering you on. There are people who believe in you and who will tell you, I'll help you. I'll lean on me. I'll be that shoulder. But when you can't find anything, anyone that is there for you in the slightest, and I don't believe that no one has anyone. I just think you haven't looked hard enough. I think you're not realizing it or seeing it for what it is. In other words, it can never be a delusion. A dream can never be a delusion as long as there's someone dreaming it and someone who can see the dream. Sometimes you might be the only one, but I bet you can find someone who believes in you enough that they believe in your dream. I might have talked myself in a circle. It might not have made sense to everybody, but I know what I'm saying is what's on my heart. So therefore, it is what it is. I might have been that auntie that talked and said something you didn't understand, but later on, you gonna catch it. It wasn't for you to listen with your ears. It was for you to listen with something else. But I'm here because I'm fighting. No other reason but to prove a point to me that my dream is not a delusion, that I need no other body, that I'm going forward and I'm headed that way. So hopefully you're tuned in because you woke up this morning and that's exactly what you're trying to do too. Head that way. Work through the delusion. Believe in the dream. Make a choice. Fight life back. That's what we on today. Y'all, this is All Hustle, No Fear on Hits 92.3. We're going to our first break of the day. But when we get back from this break, it is Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we talk about money. We're going to have some currency conversations. Later on in the day, let me find my Trello. It's Wednesday. So, later on in the day, we have You Don't Say, and I've got some funny stuff on You Don't Say. We're going to make this thing work. Let's go ahead and do our word of the day before we move on. And I've got some music for y'all. I got some music. All right. The word of the day today is rapt. It is an objective, and it says completely fascinated or absorbed by what one is seeing or hearing. The toddler watched the cartoon in a rapt attention. I am so wrapped in All Hustle, No Fear that I'll stay tuned, and you will too. All right. Before I let y'all go, I just want to say this first song that I'm going to go ahead and play. I saw her pop up on my on my live. I'm on Instagram live this morning. I saw her pop up on my live. It might have been only for a second. She might still be here watching, but I've been I reached out to Tony Jones and just let her know that we play her music and that we love her and we would love for her to come on the show. And I think I probably sent my live to her this morning unintentionally, but I did. But she tuned in, and it was just the best feeling ever. You know, that feeling of reaching those people that you're trying to reach, or getting on the radar of people that you admire, is something. And so one of the things that I was saying to the people on Instagram earlier, once the show was starting, was that that's the beauty of social media. Social media allows us to put ourselves in front of and around and network and greet and meet people that we maybe never had a chance to. That it may have never been an opportunity 20, 30, 40 years ago to be in these people's orbit. But now you have that chance. So I dare you. I absolutely dare you to take a choice, make a choice, and to reach out to those people. Don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful. Don't fan out to the point where you don't see them as a real person. They become a caricature, a thing. But make those connections. You never know what can happen from it. You really never know. It's an amazing world out there. All right. So we're going to get this thing started with Energy Budget by Tony Jones right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. I'm your girl, Sunshine Reigns. This is All Hustle, No Fear, and we'll be right back.
I recall all my power and all my energy back to me with divine care. Whoever, whatever is living off my light energy, run that back, get your own. I'm emotionally gifted, so I must guard that gift with wisdom and firmness. My openness is emotionally generous. I must be watchful. I'm seeing who are and aren't skilled to receive. I receive what others' blind spots are, teaching me about budgeting my energy and setting them boundaries. I have the right to tell people what they don't want to hear in the name of setting them boundaries. I also won't exhaust myself on people who ain't listening. I'm done with people pleasing and the attachment to make everyone happy with me. I won't share like how I used to share. I people wiser. I know now people pleasing isn't love, but it is fear. I am magnificent at releasing expired emotional ties to how I structure my life with people, knowledge, money, friends, nutrition, health of my body, love, and time. I'm free from over-explaining and justifying my choices. My cutoffs aren't personal, they're spiritual. Anyways, I call back all energy that belongs to me. I am not the caretaker of those who want to stay asleep. I release the programming of being overly responsible for the happiness of others. The divinity in me, you know what's up. Tell me who I should share my intimate energy with. I focus my energy on who sees me and skillfully respects me. Not those who are skilled in choosing their false stories about me. I notice and accept when there is unequal energy exchange. I have more mental real estate when I release people I bonded with through my trauma self and not through my healing self. Yet I am deeply grateful for the hidden gifts that divine used them for to help me see my worth. I speak the law of reciprocity and mutual exchange in my most intimate relationships. I now know misalignments aren't personal, but vibrational. I enroll myself into believing my emotional health is to create healthy boundaries for myself. I cast away the curse of suppressing my emotions. I'm free from internal violence towards my feelings. How I feel is a part of fulfilling my purpose. I explore a healthy relationship emotions and boundaries. If they feel like home and they feel safe to be around, I spend more time with that type. I'm learning how to interpret people's energy, especially those I love. I emit my own frequency and monitor how much energy I absorb from events, social media, texting, conversations, entertainment, and thinking. I attract connections where my love languages are valued, explored, and met. I'm on a budget. I gotta keep that same energy, no matter what. I surround myself with emotionally mature allies that are strong when I am vulnerable. I vow to not play nice just to be named nice. My circle got like a lowercase o, and I love it here. I'm laughing because I have no clue what's here, but god dang it, I'm gonna get curious and lean into it like I know it will all be all good for me, good for us. I have people in my life I don't have to re-examine, to reposition in my life. I am honest with who really got what it takes to connect with me and what I offer to connection. On some real-ish, my worth is not based on how much I give. Even if I'm misinterpreted or misunderstood, I know I'm not being distant. I am now gravitating to the vibes that best suit my energy. I'm picky with who I allow into my inner courts. I am my own verification. I embrace learning relational intelligence to enrich how I relate and invite others to relating deeper, even if parts of me are still tender. I am surrounded only by others who feel like honey. I have the wisdom to see through agendas, to play any individual or collective racial wounds against my emotional energy and free thinking. The power within me is stronger than the 1% attempts to control my energetic wealth and well-being. My energy is the truest wealth in existence. I am made in the image of God, and I am opening to realizing that more. This is my truest identity, and no one can tell me otherwise. 2019 was a launching pad to my truest thrive ever. I'm selective where I place my emotional resources and jewels. I open up to only those worthy of my trust. I am worth connections that have spiritual depth. I no longer have to be the strong one, the spiritual one. I have accepted the aligned tribe. I now know that toxic energy of those close to me are not alchemized by my spiritual relationship with myself and kindness towards them, with a swiftness and humility. I bow out of that and let their life be their teacher. I love people, but my energy tolerance budget is hella bougie. I gotta watch my budget on this energy here. Hey, 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 hey.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Sunshine Rains with All Hustle, No Fear, and we are radio that you have to watch. That's right. We are radio that you need to tune into to watch all of the fun that is going down here at the Hits 92.3 station. So what I need you to do is follow me at All Hustle, No Fear on YouTube, or follow Hits 92.3 on Facebook, and tune in Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. for All Hustle, No Fear. We are After Dark Radio in the morning.
Right, we're back, and that was Tony Jones with Energy Budget. I absolutely love that. Listen, if you don't listen to mantra music, if you haven't found your way down that rabbit hole, I'd love for you to go down that rabbit hole. And the reason why I play mantra music in the morning is because your brain is more susceptible to be open to those frequencies. And if you're really listening to some of the things that she's saying, or when I play Londrell, he's amazing as well. When you're listening to some of these things, they will help you throughout your day. It's a reason why I like starting the day off with you guys, because I really believe that if I can focus your day in a positive way, if I can get you started positively, then as the world hits you with life, as the world whirls on you, your cup is already full. You know what I mean? And it's things that you just have to understand, that you're not responsible for everybody's energy, nor are you responsible for helping their energy get even. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always be the strong one. It is okay for you to say, I am important right now. I am working on me. I am in my healing nature. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone else let you feel bad for that. As I've said before, baby, I'm selfish. And I will continue to be selfish. And I will continue to be okay with being selfish. Because if I am not selfish for me, if I don't put me first, then what do I have to give to anyone else? All right. All right. So, like I said, it's Wednesday. We about to get this thing-a-langin' when it comes to some money. We've been talking about social media and apps and how they are connecting us to other people, whether we know them or not, and they're bridging that gap, making the world not feel so small, right? But how much in your business do you want social media to be? China reportedly made an app to show people if they're standing close to someone that's in debt. It's part of its new intrusive credit policy. So listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. A Providence in North China developed an app to tell people whether they're walking near someone in debt. The app, named Map of Deadbeat Debtors, rolled out to the people in Hebei, the state-run China daily newspaper reported. They can access it on WeChat, the country's most popular instant messaging platform. The program appears to tell users when they are within a 500-meter radius of someone in debt. It shows the debtor's location, according to a screenshot of the app. It's not clear if this debtor's exact location is previously or if it's a previously registered address. The app appears to show the debtor's full name, and it's not clear if it shows a photo or any other identity marker. The program does, however, describe the so-called debtors as lai, who are people who have been defaulted on court mandates to repay loans. It is not clear how much money one must owe or whom to be defined as a debtor for in this instance. The app wants to get citizens to keep an eye on the so-called debtors. China Daily said it would let people whistleblow on debtors capable of paying their debts. It did not say what behavior would flag someone as capable of paying their debts. Chinese families traditionally emphasize saving money to avoid spending borrowed money or owing personal debt. The new program was described as part of China's social credit system, which aims to reinforce the idea that keeping trust is glorious and breaking trust is disgraceful. It essentially judges a person's trustworthiness using measures like their ability to pay off loans, their behavior on public transport, and the system will be mandatory in 2020, the government said. At the moment, the system is piecemeal. Local various authorities such as the Hebei province have been coming up with their own measures to comply with the government system. Some already run prototype blacklists that list people's names and particularly retracted and partially retracted ID numbers. Some people have already been penalized by the system. More than 6,000 people who failed to pay their taxes or misbehaved on public transport were barred from taking planes or trains in and out of the country between June and January. Okay, y'all, first of all, my bad. My homegirl just said, so there's no such thing as a right to privacy over there. I don't think there is. And be perfectly honest with you, this is really crazy to me. But think about it in America. America could not do this because the whole map would just be red all the time, and it would show that everybody is in debt in America. But there are places that if you move there, they don't deal with the credit system the way that Americans deal with a credit system. Like, there are places where they buy their houses cash outright because credit isn't something that they believe in, right? But what if we move this to something like just friend debt, familiar debt. You know what I mean? Like what if your cousin borrowed $5,000 from you and owed you some money? And so they haven't been paying their money. So you put them on this list. Now they out buying an $8 cappuccino, and somebody pull up the app and they talking about, so you got $8 for the cappuccino, but you ain't got $8 to send the cash app to your cousin for that $5,000 you owe them. Do you think you would get your money back faster? Do you think this would be a good thing? Like, how would you feel? We got some comments. Hold on. Teacher Anisha said, I don't like it. Nope, I ain't feeling it. I don't like it. I don't want to do this. This is not something we gonna do. We ain't doing this. I don't think I would be able to deal with this. Me personally, all of my debt that I owe is either credit card debt or school debt. Like, I don't have any other debt like that. I don't borrow money from people. If I don't have it, I just don't have it. I don't have it, or I just got to do whatever it is I need to do in the meantime to get it, or I've learned to live without it. I don't really call people and be like, let me borrow $20. Like, that's dumb to me. If I can ask you for $20, I can figure out a way to get $20. That's just how my brain works. But yeah, if everybody owe money to the government in some sort of way, it's a dumb app. But if you're using it for smaller debt payments, I mean, do what you got. If you owe me money and it's a way that I can get Jesus down the street to know that you owe me money and see you wilding out doing something crazy and he shamed you into get my money back, well, I got my money back. No, that's not how y'all see it. If y'all feel differently, go ahead and call in 404-254-4347. I want to hear what you got to say. Also, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. If you see the link in the comment section, all you got to do is hit the link and you can join the conversation as well. Please be dressed. Join the combo. Please be dressed. Do not come on here and not have no clothes on. I can't take it. Autumn said nope. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not cool. Why not, Autumn? Why not? If somebody owe me money and I can shame them into giving me money, then why not? I'm okay with it. Let's see. We got another caller. So, she says, someone owes me $8,000 and they are enjoying life. I'd gladly take $5 a week. At least you care. Yeah, like some people just want just show me that you trying. Do a payment plan. And a lot of times people don't even owe people big amounts of money. It's somebody right now who's owed $75. They owed $75, and that $75 was necessary. You were about to lose your shit without that $75, and they gave it to you. And right now, you out here buying lunch, and lunch is costing you, and I'm not trying to be funny and be like, oh, you shouldn't eat, you should pay me back. But if you buying lunch like a $5 foot long, which they are not $5 no more. If y'all don't know, the half is like $7 now. They tripping. But anyway, if you out here buying a $5 foot long, I'm not gonna say nothing. But if you down at Menaggio's and you just spent $80 and bought two top shelf liquors, yeah. I want my money back. Excuse me. I need the bartender to be like, I can't even serve you because you owe Sunshine $75 and your tab is definitely gonna come up to more than that. Y'all wouldn't be okay. Y'all wouldn't be okay with that. Y'all is up here like, hell no. Look, Autumn said, nope, that is between me and you. And she also said she driving. Autumn, if you don't stop driving and texting and just listen, I promise you for something. I will be mad as hell if I find out the last thing you did was all hustle, no fear. You can just drive and listen. You do not have to join the conversation at this point, okay? Ronye Parker said, $8 coffee? You ain't never been to Starbucks? Ain't that how much the Starbucks coffees is? Because nope. Teacher Anitra, you still don't like it? Do you only not like it if you owe somebody money? Would you be okay with it if somebody owed you money? What if instead of it was just owing you money, what if it was child support? What if your baby daddy was on child support and this little app let everybody in his vicinity know that he owed your kids money? And he out here buying weed from the weed man. He always got some Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? He just put some new rims on his car. Like the rim man can see that this nigga owe child support and try to be like, I'm not gonna sell to you today. Not like they would, because I'm gonna get my money. But you know, I'm still sit up here and buy rims, but your kids is hungry. Y'all wouldn't put somebody on it? Y'all wouldn't do that? Just curious. I want to know. Let me know. I keep wanting to call you Jamie because of how I read your doggone name on there. But Autumn said that's what the credit bureaus do. Yeah, but they don't though, because people walk around not like this. The credit bureaus don't do it like this. Okay, here go another one. Let's go. We got another one. Painter Peter Doing wins $2.5 million in sanctions against a gallery that tried to force him to take credit for another artist's work. So first, let me say this. I absolutely 10 toes down applaud this man for being able to stand on his and be like, I'm not taking credit for anybody else's work, because he definitely could have took credit for this painting. It's a beautiful painting, but the fact that he did it says a lot of his character. But let's read into this and see what's more into it. Okay, in a satisfying document to one of the odder legal battles in recent years, Peter Doing has won $2.5 million in sanctions ruling in a federal court against the Chicago gallery that sued him for disavowing a painting. After a tumultuous 2016 trial in which Doing himself was called to testify, a judge ruled that the artist absolutely did not paint the disputed work. Judge Gary Feinerman has ordered Robert Fletcher, the owner of the painting, and Chicago Bartlow's Gallery Limited and their owner, William Zizecki, to pay the defendants $2.5 million in sanctions. The defendants had requested attorney fees in an amount of $2.8 million, as well as $610,000 in other expenses. So wait. The attorneys are going to make $2.8 million? Please let me know that that's not how that just worked out, that the attorneys get more than the settlement. That's not right. That's not what I'm reading, right? Anyways, Judge Feinerman reduced the fees from Donzel, Nagy, and Flessig. These names, Jesus. Look, let me tell y'all something. Don't let white people make fun of y'all names, because they got some names on them too. Okay, do not let white people Shaniqua you or Tanisha you or Ashinka show you, because they got some names on them too. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Anyways, they reduced the lawyers' compensation by 20% to the amount for the to account for opaque bills, and awarded 50% of the other expenses to arrive at the total number. Mr. Doing will donate any money he gets from this matter to a not-for-profit that provides incarcerated people with opportunities to create art, said his lawyer. The actual artist behind the work in question, it turns out, was an inmate at Ontario's Thunder Bay Correctional Center. And there it is. Okay, so I get it now. So the Chicago Art Gallery got this artwork, right? It was absolutely beautiful, but they didn't want to give credit to an inmate, and they probably didn't want to sell it to it because the inmate would have made money off of it, and they didn't feel as though he was worthy. I bet you that's what it was. This is me allegedly thinking of what it is. You let me know what you think it is. But this sounds crazy. Let's see. Fletcher, who worked as a correctional officer at the facility during his studies at nearby Lake Lead University, brought the painting from Peter Doig with an E, a classmate turned inmate who created it in 1976 through the prison's fine arts educational program after a LSD conviction, which he shouldn't have been there for. Fletcher helped Doge gain membership to the Sea Farmers Union after he got out of prison and purchased the painting for $100. It hung in Fletcher's home until 2011 when a visiting friend spotted the Peter Deutsch signature and identified it as the work of a famous Deutsch. Okay. Basically, what's going on here is you have two people whose name is spelled very similar. One person's name is spelled D-O-I-G, and the other person is spelled D-O-I-G-E. Okay, that's where another issue is coming in. That's when Bartlow Gallery got involved. That is, it could be the work of a famous Scottish artist seemed plausible. It's known that Deutsch, without the E, had spent time living in Canada as a teen, and at the time when the painting was made, it did seem remnants of his style. Indeed, when gallery owner Peter Bartlow approached Sotheby's within the painting, the auction house was intrigued, asking for more information about the wonderfully early painting by Peter Deutsch, writing that your work has been a trademark eeriness of the empty landscape and a stratified composition which later recalls his work. But Bartlow reached out to Deutsch via the artist reps at New York Michael Weiner's gallery, and he hit a brick wall. The artist denied having made the painting, knowing Fletcher, or even been to school in Thunder Bay. The gallery sued him, and Warner employee Gordon, a lot of people got in trouble for this, Vinay Kalaskin in April of 2013 insisted that the artist had to be lying about the painting because he didn't want the truth about his incarceration to get out. Okay. Wow. Okay, y'all. So here's what happened. Basically, you've got two artists that have a very similar last name. The spelling of one of the artists has an E and the other artist doesn't. Okay, the artist that doesn't have the E is a famous Scottish artist, does paintings. Everybody knows his work. The other one that does have an E was incarcerated, and he sold his painting to someone who went to the university nearby for $100. Now, the person who he sold the painting to was in the art gallery world, and someone in an art gallery saw the painting and then looked it up, and it went back to the original painter. Not the original painter who painted it, but the original painter who was actually a artist that was making money. So now this art gallery is like, hey, we have this painting, we want you to go ahead and admit that you painted this. And he's like, but I didn't. And they're like, but you just don't want to admit it because then it proves that you went to jail. And he's like, I never went to jail, I was never over here, I didn't paint this. And they are insistent on this so much that they sued him. So he sued them back. Do you know how much of a dick you gotta be to try to tell somebody that you did something and they're telling you I didn't? And you're insistent on saying, no, I know you did this. You had to have done this. I believe you did this. So you're gonna pay me because I said you did this, and you're lying saying you did it. You're basically trying to make somebody take credit for something that they didn't do. And this man went out of his way to prove that he did it. It says that Lakeland University didn't have records of his enrollment. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police didn't have records of his drug conviction, and paperwork from the artist's high school show he was still a student there at the time of the artwork's creation. They even tracked down Marilyn Deutsch Bovard, who said that she was the sister of the deceased Peter Edward Deutsch. And in September of 2013, she confirmed that Deutsch had spent time behind bars at Thunder Bay and provided a statement of his 2012 death from a funeral home. Deutsch, with the E, it so happens, was born April 7, 55, just over 4 years before Deutsch without an E's birth on April 17th of 59. That's when the court asked Bartlow to consider dropping the case, warning that the lawyer of the case that if the defendants turned out to be right, just because you had an objective, reasonable bias, assuming that you did in the beginning of the case, you can lose any objectivity, reasonable bias in the middle of litigation, and that it's at least conceivable at this time. Instead, the case pressed on the trial, and the judge had the opportunity to dismiss the claim, but he didn't, based on Fletcher's insistence that he had known the artist in prison. Both Doiges with the E, ex-wife, and his Thunder Bay art teacher both further collaborated the existence of Peter Edward Doige with the E, and that the likelihood that he had painted the desert scene during his time in jail. In the sanctions ruling, Judge Feiderman found that the plaintiffs had made a reasonable inquiry into the facts before taking legal action, but should have begun to have substantial doubts about their claims shortly after filing the case. To just double down so hard on something, knowing that you were wrong, or at least finding out the evidence that you were wrong, and then staying 10 toes down on it, is absolutely absurd. I'm glad this man won this money. I think it's amazing that he fought as hard as he did. And my friend Autumn, she's on here, she said they were going to ruin his reputation. And it was quite possible. They quite possibly could have ruined his reputation. Think of how the way things go once somebody thinks you've been to jail. Like, I absolutely understand why he fought this tooth and nail, and I probably would have too. Like she said, they were trying to ruin his reputation. But just think about how names, the difference between a E and not a E. And 4 years. They were born 4 years apart. So it's still quite possible that, you know, it's not like the person was born in the 70s and the other person was born in the 50s and the painting was made sometime in the 60s, right? Then you could at least say that the person born in the 70s couldn't have made it because he wasn't alive yet. But these people were 4 years apart. It's quite possible that what they were speculating could have been true. They just were dead ass wrong. Loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. Dead ass. Exactly, teacher Anitra. Dead ass wrong. Just loud and wrong. It's not cool. Not cool. Somebody getting a raise. We talking about money, so let's go ahead and talk about some people getting a raise. Walmart is raising their minimum wage to $14 an hour. Do y'all think that's enough? Do you think what should minimum wage be? With reasonable inflation, with the world that we're living in, with us being able to pay our our cost of living, buy eggs, get gas. We know cars and car insurance and car notes are higher than ever. What is a reasonable minimum wage? Now, one of the things that Republicans or liberals or whoever is going to argue about, maybe even Democrats as well, is that if we raise the minimum wage too high, then there are businesses like small businesses, you know what I mean, that have employees that will not be able to pay their employees. But then there are other people who are like, well, then that just means you're not ready for a small business yet, right? If you can't pay the employees, why should somebody work for you for under a living wage? So we got Walmart. Walmart is America's largest private employer, and it said last Tuesday that it will raise its minimum wage from, get this, from $12 an hour to $14 an hour. So $2 extra an hour across a 40-hour shift. But if you work at most places, you don't get 40 hours because 40 hours would be a full-time employee, and that would elicit you to have benefits. So most people only gonna get 36 to 38 hours a week anyway. Is that really a working wage still? Is this, I mean, don't get it twisted. Everybody who getting this $2 raise is going to be extremely happy for it because it's more money in their pocket. But they're really not going to see it after taxes, after FICA or anything like that. So is $2 really a raise? I'm just curious what you feel as though it is. Walmart has 1.7 million workers in the United States, 94% of whom are hourly employees. Get that. So 1.7 million workers and 94% of your workforce, 94% of your workforce is hourly employees. That means only 6% of your workforce is executives. How much do your executives make? Did they get a raise as well? Just curious. The company hired hundreds of thousands of workers during the COVID-19 pandemic to meet strong consumer demand over groceries and other goods. In many areas of the country, particularly in southern states that have not adapted higher wages, Walmart's starting wage often serves as the local minimum wage. The company's move is more likely to have a ripple effect across the service industry. Walmart for decades has been target of criticism for labor groups for low pay, but it has been raising its wages in recent years. In the latest move, it will close the gap between Amazon, Target, and Costco and other rivals. Amazon and Target have a $15 minimum wage, while Costco starts at $17 an hour. Walmart's wage hike, and just so y'all know, most people never quit Costco. Costco is one of the hardest jobs to get because their turnover is so low. People go work at Costco and they stay. And it's because of the benefits that Costco gives. It's because of the way Costco treats its employees. Like, people do not leave Costco. That's what a lot of people consider a good job. Walmart's wage hike reflects pressure on chains to raise pay in a battle for labor. Walmart is trying to keep pace with rivals as well as cities and states that have been raising their minimum wages. The federal minimum wage, what do you think the federal minimum wage is? Curious. What do y'all think federal minimum wage is? Because a lot of people don't know what the federal minimum wage is. It's only $7.25, people. Right now, in parts of our country, there are people who make $7.25 per hour. Some of those people can only work a 4-hour workday at that job. So they got to go get another job where they only going to make $7.25 an hour. I need y'all to think about that. And I don't need you to just think about it in the case of we got people that ain't making a living wage. I need y'all to think about that in the case of when y'all going into some of these people's jobs and y'all talking shit to them, y'all being disrespectful, y'all mad that they got an attitude. They got an attitude for the same reason why you got an attitude at your job. They not making enough money. They not getting paid enough to do the job and deal with your bull fracking. So have a little grace with people. Understand that not everybody is getting $16 an hour. And that $16 an hour ain't making nothing for you. So $7.25 definitely ain't giving them enough to deal with your foolishness. Somebody said, whose problem that is? That's all of our problem. That's all of our problem. Because we're a community. Trust and believe. It's your problem when those people decide that $7.25 ain't enough. But this gun I got will get me a whole lot farther. Yes, it's all of our problem. And if we continue to feel like it's not our problem, you'll be in a situation where you're looking dead at it as your situation and your problem. Yeah, you got a good job right now, and that might not be an issue for you, but we've seen just how quickly good jobs can go far, far away because of whatever. Because the government want to shut down, because of a disease that wipes across the countryside or the world. We are always 1 second away from being in the same position as somebody that we have looked down upon. So I need you to get your mind right and say, yes, it is a problem. Yes, it is my problem as well. Cost of living is a problem. Y'all sitting up here telling people stop lying on their on their housing applications. Why? I need a place to stay. You damn right I'm about to lie on this job application. On this housing application, because I need a place to stay where my kid ain't about to get shot through the doggone wall. And I'll figure it out on my way there. But yes, I'm damn sure gonna lie when the fact that the people that work in the office for the place that I'm applying to, the housing that I'm applying to, can't afford to work in the same place that they live in the same place they working at. That's a problem too. That's an issue. How you gonna look down on me because I can't afford this apartment and I gotta lie? But bitch, if you had to come over here and live here, you'd have to lie too. That's a problem. So don't say it's not our problem or it's not your problem. It's everybody's problem. It's everybody's problem. Just like I say at Art and Spark, please respect these vendors. Go spend money with these vendors. Go see about these vendors. Why? Because they could be vending or they could be robbing you. Either way, they gonna make sure they kids eat. It's your decision. And I ain't being funny. Let's keep going. So, like I said, the federal minimum wage is $7.25, and that's per hour, and it's been that way since 2009. Before 2009, you know how much they was making an hour? $5.25 an hour. Think about this, you guys. It take an hour's worth of work to be able to afford 1 gallon of gas. Eggs are $6.66 in some places. It takes an hour's worth of work to be able to afford a carton of eggs. I'll wait. And y'all women up here talking about you want a man that could take you out on dates and stuff like that. This nigga just trying to eat. Like, for real. That's how I see it sometimes. Some people just trying to eat and you looking down on them. I am a firm believer in, sometimes you might be too broke to date. The way these women is these days, yeah, you might be too broke to date. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your shit together and then go back out there and try again. Try somebody in your tax bracket, though. Stop trying to date people that don't understand that you only make $8.25 an hour and understand what that means to live like that. Because you live different when you living off of the bare minimum. You might not see it as bad, but the people from the outside see it as bad, but you see it as I'm making it survive. And that's what these people are doing, man. While dozens of companies, including Walmart, Washington State has the highest minimum wage in the country, starting at $15.74. While dozens of companies, including Walmart, have laid off corporate staff in recent months, demand for service industry workers remains strong. Walmart currently has nearly 3,000 store jobs listed on its hiring website. Now, let me tell you how effed up this is. Walmart got all these job listings, but yet I still got to work at the register. How stupid is this that you got all these job listings, but yet I still got to swipe my own buggy full of stuff? And then if I miss something, you going to take me to jail. Baby, I don't complain standing in them long Walmart lines. I'd rather stand in the line with a person any day of the week. Let me tell y'all something. It is so rare that I go through the self-checkout. And I do that. And I do that purposefully. I'll stand in line. I'll make sure my phone is charged up. I'll watch a whole damn TV show. And yeah, I might be silently pissed the hell off. But nope. I do this before I go through that self-checkout line. Because I'm doing it as my own silent protest. People need money. And people have the audacity, y'all. I just told y'all last week about the folks in Vegas who got strippers that are robots. And you actually got to tip the stripper. What robot needs tips? So next, we're gonna have to pay money for the pay. We're gonna have to pay to ring up our own shit. Y'all, we're gonna have to start fighting back with some of these corporations. We're gonna have to start talking junk back. We're gonna have to start making this make sense. And this don't make sense. This don't make sense. The number of job openings stood at 10.5 million in November. 10.5 million people that they want to put in jobs. And all these people walking around talking about they don't have a job because they unwilling to go and deal with foolishness for $7. You damn right. I go work at Walmart for 21. For 21, I go stock some shelves at Walmart. I would. For $21 an hour. It's still not enough to deal with some of y'all bullshit. But I at least show up. But I'm not taking $7 nothing an hour to listen to no manager tell me what I can and can't do, make me stay on my feet for 8 hours when I could do the same job sitting in a damn stool. Why America does not allow people that are checking out to sit on stools makes absolutely no sense to me, because it doesn't look professional. I give 5 F's how professional it looked that my auntie that's damn near 80 that still gotta work get to sit on a stool while she ring all this stuff up. Like it's asinine the way we treat people for beans and then get mad because they don't want to work and they'd rather be on welfare, or they'd rather the government take care of them, or they'd rather rob and steal, or whatever the case may be, because you're not treating people with the respect that they deserve. Just general respect. Eggs are $8, people. And you paying people $7 an hour. Hell, even at $15 an hour, I can only get a thing of eggs, some bread, and maybe milk for 1 hour's worth of work. I ain't putting no gas in my car. I haven't made a meal. I ain't bought no meat. I haven't done anything with my electric. Y'all gotta think about this when y'all walking into places and how y'all treating people, especially fast food workers. Like the way y'all treat people is, man. Okay, let me finish this out so we can let y'all go ahead and we get to some good music. The number of job openings stood at 10 million. According to the latest Labor Department reading, a very high by historical standards, and far more than the 6 million unemployed people looking for a job that month. There were more than 1 million job openings in the retail sector. The labor market remains competitive, particularly at this level, and hourly workers are still hard to find, and companies are continuing to compete for them by raising wages. The senior vice president some dude, I'm not about to go through all that. Walmart U.S. Chief John Furner said on a memo that the company's wage hike will ensure that we will have attractive pay in markets we operate. The company's move also comes as many low-wage workers need larger paychecks to deal with rising food, housing, and other inflation measures. I'll tell you another thing that'll get more people to start coming to work. You can fix it real quick. It's going to be an ass to do it for whatever reasons, but I can tell you a way that you can get more people to start coming to work. Pay them every week. Pay people every freaking week. Stop holding my check for 2 weeks. I'm broke for at least a whole week. Pay me every Friday and stop making me wait for my money. I absolutely love getting paid every week. I can't stand a job where I've got to figure out what to do in between that week. But going 7 days, I can make it 7 days. Making it 14, that's a whole nother ballpark to play with, people. But if you know I only got to get 3 more days till Friday, and at least I have a couple of dollars to get through something, you can make, I promise you. Pay people once a week and see how many more people line up to get hired. Try that. Am I wrong? Let's see what the comments say. Let me go to the comments real quick. T-shirt said they don't do nothing in Walmart. I should get a $14 discount for ringing up my own stuff. You're absolutely right. I've always believed if I got to ring it up, I should take something. But the way Walmart going right now, don't you take nothing out of Walmart. They will watch it add up and come get you on federal charges. Don't you take nothing out of Walmart. Hey, Sam. Sam is here. He said, and I was feeling bad for being able to pay my guards $17 to $18 an hour. Yeah. And that's still not enough. Not even trying to be funny, but $17 to $18 an hour, a person still might feel like they need a second job. At $17 to $18 an hour with what we are dealing with on this world, that's just enough to get by. That's not enough to live. That's not enough to enjoy life. And that's why everybody is having anxiety issues right now, because no one is able to enjoy life. I promise you, on my days off, I don't leave my house. Why? Because the moment I leave my house, I've automatically spent $75. But if I stay in my house, watch this TV, and don't do shit, I can keep my money in my pocket. But the moment I leave to eat, just to walk out to eat lunch is $12. And I've gone nowhere. And that wasn't substance, it was fast food. We've got to respect our working force, because if we don't, they will turn on us. And I'm not saying us like I'm not part of the group. Don't pay the people, and the people will take what they're due. And I hope more companies step up. There's no reason why fast food workers shouldn't make at least $12 to $15 an hour, and that's on the minimum. That's starting out. That's just the cashier. What was old boy who he's like, this week I'm mopping the floor, and next week it's flies. Mopping the floor, we still getting paid the same amount that he was getting paid then. And that movie came out in the 80s. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Let's see. We got some comments over here. Autumn said, exactly. That's an hour of your life. Gotta go. Have a great show. Let me know when you're ready for your ramen. Oh, okay. Ha, ha, ha. She's going to take me out to a ramen restaurant. I haven't been to one yet. I want to try that. But even, just little luxuries like that, people, we gotta just start respecting people more. And on the other end of the service worker, listen, respect the person who's coming in and spending money with you, because they got a regular fucked up ass job too that they not making enough money at, and they still coming out spending money with you. You mad at a $2 tip, but that might have been the only $2 that they had to give. That might have been the last of the last. But they gave it to you. Please respect that, people. I need that respect to go both ways. We got to show each other some sort of grace, because we're not. But what I am going to show y'all is another music video. Okay, I'm really loving these music videos. I'm really appreciate y'all sending them in. I need more people to do it, because we got good music out there, and I just want to be the one to show you that good music. I know how y'all feeling. A lot of people right now, y'all feeling like I don't give a about what's going on, and you shouldn't. Don't let it get to you. Don't let life you, okay? But we'll be right back here on All Hustle No Fear. This is I Don't Give a by J. Jig Sierra, right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. I'm your girl Sunshine. Be right back.
Not one. Come too far to be worried about a bitch. Run my bread, motherfucker, that's it. Fuck your life, your fam, your clique. Fucking full time, nigga, that's my shift. Little bitty bitch, I'm grown. Stand up on my own. Go and get the bag, no loan. If it's about a check, Fuck all these hoes, bone from side. Bitch try to kill me with all that hatred. Still ain't died. Shit, I had a whole damn city disliking a nigga. Still ain't high. She ain't poppin' like she say she is. Bitch, hold them lies. Tell these hating ass niggas and bitches they can suck what's between my thighs. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. Off top, let me make shit clear. Let me make shit clear. Off top, let me make shit clear. I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. Off top, let me make shit clear. Let me make shit clear. Off top, let me make shit clear. I don't give a fuck about them. 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 Not one. I don't give a fuck about them. 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 Not one. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that bitch. Fell down 5. Got back up 6. Bitch, I'm saucy. Bitch, I'm rich. Bitch, I'm drippin'. Bitch, I'm lit. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that bitch. Fell down 5. Got back up 6. Bitch, I'm saucy. Bitch, I'm rich. Bitch, I'm drippin'. Bitch, I'm lit. It ain't my fault you ain't getting no ends out here. Bitch, I earned. It ain't my fault that you thrive off me being down. Bitch, I'm turned. I used to give a fuck what a hoe had to say, but bitch, I learned. If it ain't by the check, ain't no need for you to check. So these hoes is none of my concern. Tell a nigga run my end before I make contact 10. Late on my 5-0-10, I cannot pretend. Me and lame hoes don't blend. Fuck what you thought in your opinion. No new friends. I don't need to make no amends. I don't need to follow no trends. Fuck them. Fuck, give a fuck about none of these hoes. At the hook, come tell their ass again. Woo. Fuck about none of these hoes. Off top, let me make shit clear. Let me make shit clear. Off top, let me make shit clear. I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. Off top, let me make shit clear. Let me make shit clear. Off top, let me make shit clear. I don't give a fuck about them. 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 Not one. I don't give a fuck about them. 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 Not one.
Therapy? Visit Studio 219 for your next tattoo or piercing. Studio 219 is located at 1900 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, just 1 mile from the Lindbergh train station. Studio 219 is open Monday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and closed every Sunday. Book your appointment today by visiting www.studio219ink.com. That's studio219ink.com. Make sure to follow 219 on Instagram for promotions and specials at Studio219ink. Studio 219. Let us fix your creative itch.
What's up? All my truckers out there, I need y'all to be tuned in to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning. We will be in your ear, keeping you awake, making sure you don't roll over that slow ass car in front of you, or you get to your destination safely, okay? Make sure you tune in, leave them lot lizards alone, and listen to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning for 7 to 10 a.m., waking you up in the best way. All you got to do is download Hits 92.3 ATL's app in the iTunes store or the Android, Google Play, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Download it and listen. All of y'all CBD 492 Burger 495. Breaker 49. We've got a hot body on the radio right now, sounding real good, giving us orgasms. Let us go ahead and tune in right now to Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Over and out.
Yeah, shout out to my truckers out there, all of my Delta Bays, and anyone else that is helping us move throughout the city. Shout out to, shout out to all the rideshare folks. You know, those folks that when you call them, they come. You gotta love those people in those Ubers, man, because I used to Uber and I can't I hate saying stuff I can't do, but boy, Ubering is difficult for me. I'm not a driver like that. I hate going places and I don't know where I'm going. I don't like traffic. Uber just doesn't do it for me, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to those who can. But I do like the DoorDash, so there's that. All right, y'all. Here we go. It's time for our next segment. We call this segment "You Don't Say," where we just let y'all know about some things that's going on that you like. Really? That happened? Okay, you don't say. Here's our first one. U.S. custom agents are seeing a 300% increase in egg smuggling at the southern border. Okay? Folks need money and they need eggs. And eggs are expensive. And now they said they gonna be hens and they gonna bring them in. In Laredo, Texas, the price of your next carton of eggs will cost you more. Recently, the average for a dozen of eggs was more than $4 in Texas. The higher than usual price tag is driving some shoppers across the southern border. However, it is illegal to bring raw eggs from Mexico into the United States. U.S. Customs Border Protection says that this will prevent further spread, including avian flu, which is, according to experts, the worst outbreak we've ever had. Still, it isn't keeping people from testing their luck at the border. Customs and Border Protection Affairs Specialist Francisco Rodriguez said the agency has seen more than 300 increase in egg seizures within the past month. Rodriguez works with the Laredo field office, which includes 19 ports of entry from Del Rio to Brownsville. I think we're getting a lot of new travelers that are going abroad to get their grocery list stocked up because of the current increase in prices. Ken's 5 performed our own comparison using a dozen large brown eggs from a Texas-based grocery chain in San Antonio. In Texas, the carton costs shoppers $5.08. Comparing that price to the same product and chain in Mexico, it's cheaper at $3.74. The big reason for the spike in costs is the current avian flu outbreak in the U.S. Okay, I don't believe this. I don't believe that there's an avian flu outbreak in the U.S. I believe that this is just a reason for them to tell us that they're going to raise the price of stuff. I've also been a firm believer that once you pay the higher price, they will never bring it down. Why should they? You're willing to pay the higher price. That's exactly why gas has never gone back down to 99 cents. Gas has never gone back down to 75 cents. Once we start paying it, the government knows that you will continue to pay it. You'll just make adjustments. So until we find ways to be like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. They're not going to try to fix it. Okay, that's why I keep saying the housing bubble is going to burst, because eventually there's no way where we're going to be able to have apartments or places where people to live without there being some sort of regulations on the cost of it. The cost can continue to keep going up and people will try to pay it, but they're not able to pay it. They're just not able to. They're lying to get the apartments, but they're still getting kicked out and they're still getting bankruptcies, and that's just as bad for the government, because you don't get the money back that you're owed. So eventually there's going to have to be some sort of regulation on the housing market. And when I say housing, I mean apartments as well. But as far as food is concerned, if we continuously just figure out ways to buy it and just raise our prices on the back end, like try to get you a cake right now, see if that cake don't cost you more than it cost you 6 months ago. That cake gonna cost a whole lot more because sugar, flour, eggs, milk, bread, all that is higher. You know what I'm saying? If you continuously have people who are willing to smuggle it, it becomes a black market thing. Again, they're not going to lower the price because now they got to deal with the smuggle issue and them losing money on the smuggle side of it. So, you know, it's weird. I want a chicken. I want to take my ass up to the Glenwood Weed and Feed and get me 2 of them little chicks and hope that one of them is a boy. And put them in my backyard and just hope that the hawks don't kill it, because we got coyotes and hawks, but I got a 6-inch fence so around my property, so I'm not worried about the coyotes, but them hawks will sweep in and they'll take your little chickens away. But this is a great time where that community garden that Madonna was always talking about should kick in for you. This is a time where you should know somebody like Plant the Seed Radio who has their own farm. This is a great time for you to know somebody like Natural Way 365 who knows how to farm, who knows how to make things. You know, this is the time where knowing those people, bartering with those people, being around those people will help you get through it. I'm sad because I had one. My neighbor, for about a good 6 months, I ain't buy no eggs. My neighbor guy, he had about 5-6 chickens out there. He only had one rooster because you only need one cock, right? He had about 5 or 6 chickens out there, had a rooster, and had like 2 or 3 turkeys and some ducks. And a tree fell on his fence. And when the tree fell on his fence, the coyotes got in and they ate all his chickens. But before that, he'd bring us like 2 dozen eggs every couple of weeks or whatever, because about a week or two. He'd bring us like 2 or 3 dozen eggs, and we would just sit them, like, we wouldn't wash them off. They would still have feathers and everything. We wouldn't wash them off, and we just sit them on the counter because you can sit the egg. They don't have to be refrigerated if they're not pasteurized, right? So we sit them there, and we just dunk them in water to see if they float or didn't float, whether they were good or not. Wash them bad boys off, and then eat our eggs, no problem. And I ain't buy eggs for a minute. I miss him. I talked to him the other day and was like, so you fixed the fence yet? You got some new chickens yet? Because we are in need. But I'd also rather give him $5 or $8 for 3 dozen chicken eggs than to go to the grocery store and get 12 eggs for $8. At least then I know that money is staying in my community and is moving throughout the community. I don't know. Just find a way to network and barter with the people who know how to do stuff. And if somebody needs land, I got land, but I got a purple thumb. My thumb ain't no good to you, but you can put it on my land and just feed me when you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said it's just eggs, people. First toilet paper, now eggs. Okay, you don't cook. You obviously don't cook for yourself, because not until I didn't have the eggs did I realize how many foods I need eggs to make my meals with. Now, I get it. Some of y'all are vegan and y'all don't eat eggs anyway, but I got a growing household with meat eaters, and eggs bind foods together. There are a lot of stuff that I make that I'd be like, dang, I need an egg to crack in this to make it work. And I can't. Or if you're a baker, you know what I'm saying? If you're a baker and you need eggs, like, eggs are essential for certain meals. I didn't realize I needed them as much as, or I ate as many eggs as I eat, especially considering I'm pescatarian. So I really only eat fish anyway, but eggs are a very big staple in my diet. And my family go through some eggs, because I cussed my daughter and my husband out the other day because they was talking about making omelets, and she talking about, I need 3 eggs for my omelet. Baby, your stomach ain't big enough to have 3 eggs. You better make a 1 egg omelet and add some doggone whipping cream in that bad boy and make it thick that way and aerate the hell out of that bad boy. But you will not. I said, right now we on a 1 egg per person diet. Per meal. 1 egg per person per meal. Don't y'all be throwing 2 and 3 eggs in there trying to make all of this, because it don't last then. It don't last. I cook steak. You don't need eggs for steak. Fish, fresh veggies, bakers, and breakfast people need eggs. I put eggs in my macaroni and cheese. I need eggs when I'm frying foods because it keeps the flour on there. I make an egg wash. I don't know. I do see myself using eggs more, and I'm not disputing it because you don't necessarily need them. But yes, eggs are essential household diet. And they obviously are if people are willing to go across the border and smuggle them in. Do you know how fragile eggs are, and you trying to smuggle eggs in? Bitch, I'm breaking everything. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it if y'all want me to smuggle eggs in. All right. Okay, shout out to the folks on TikTok that are saying, what's up? Good morning, TikTok. How y'all doing? Shout out to all my truckers. Shout out to everybody who said they here from Atlanta, ATL. I'm here in Atlanta too, right here at Hits 92.3, right behind Camp Creek Marketplace. All right, if y'all ever want to have breakfast with me or whatever, let me know. Pull up on me. I love it when people come up and treat me to breakfast. All right, here's the next story. Y'all know when y'all go to the gas station and they be having them little bottles of alcohol? Don't drink them. That's ethyl. That right there, it'll burn a hole through your stomach. I swear to God it will. Well, one of those companies are getting fired because they're fraudulent. They're fugazi. Y'all know them little red fireballs of whiskey? The little whiskey fireball in the little small bottle with the red top. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. Y'all, I don't like fireball whiskey. That shit tastes like bad cinnamon, but there's no whiskey in it. There's no whiskey in it. Consumers are suing Sazerac Company Inc., and they're the makers of Fireball whiskey for fraud and misrepresentation, as the many bottles of alcoholic beverage do not actually contain any whiskey. The smaller bottles, named Fireball Cinnamon, are made from a blend of malt beverage and wine, while whiskey-based products are called Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey, according to the company's website. The 99-cent bottles, 99 cents, y'all thought this was whiskey? The 99-cent bottles are sold in over 170,000 stores, including gas stations and grocery stores, prompting some customers to wonder what products they presume to contain liquor were doing here. And that's something I always wonder. Okay, so if you're from the South, you know that gas stations don't sell liquor. The only thing that they can sell is wine, beer, and wine coolers like Seagrams and stuff like that, right? But you will never see actual liquor in a gas station in the South, except for Florida. Florida is a whole different country. We're not talking about Florida. Florida got Walmarts with liquor in them. Like, the whole Walmart is nothing but liquor. I was dumbfounded when I went to Florida and saw that. But anyways, if you're from anywhere else in the country, like you go up north, then they do have alcohol in the gas station. When I would go home to Cleveland, like I'd go into the BP and I can buy a Long Island iced tea, and it's got liquor in it. Like, you can buy liquor at the gas station. It's the craziest thing when you're from the South, but people up north, it's normal. So if you in the South and you see these little things of Fireball, you have to ask yourself, well, what is in them? Because y'all can't sell liquor. And that's what I always wondered too, but never to the point where I thought of suing the people, because I could have made some money. But listen to this. Upon closer inspection, customers realized the description of the product was malt beverage with natural whiskey and other flavors and caramel color, insinuating whiskey is an ingredient used in the drink when it actually uses whiskey flavor, according to the class action lawsuit, which was filed earlier this month in the U.S. Court of Northern District of Illinois. What the label means to say is that the product contains natural whiskey flavors and other flavors, but not including the word flavors after natural whiskey. Purchasers who look closely will expect the distilled spirit of whiskey was added as a separate ingredient, the complaint says. The lawsuit further states that given the lack of whiskey, 99 cents for a 1.7 fluid ounce bottle is overpriced. What are y'all drinking? What are y'all drinking? This is exactly why our kidneys are shutting down and why we can't, things ain't working right, because we're not drinking actual liquids that we supposed to be drinking. That stuff right there can probably start a car. It probably could start a car. Teacher Anitra said, clarification, there is one that says Fireball Cinnamon don't have whiskey in them. You got to make sure it has whiskey on the bottle. And I also, teacher Nisha, I think also what they're trying to say is it's a particular size bottle. If you're getting that little 99-cent one from the gas station, that one don't have whiskey in it. But those big bottles of Fireball probably do have, they're probably really whiskey. We're talking about specifically that little bottle at the gas station for 99 cents that the Jays be drinking. Let's see. We got some comments over here. Somebody said, no way. The amount of fake food in this country is unreal. So I was reading a book in our book club. I didn't finish it because it wasn't what I thought it was, but I need to work on it some more and finish this book. But basically, it's called, what's that book called, Teacher Anitra? It's on my website. Y'all can get the book if you want to. It's on my website, but I can't think of it. In defense of food. That's what it's called. But basically, it was explaining how food is so political, how they change laws so that they can keep the food and still call it what they call it. That most of the food that we eat in America and other countries wouldn't be called food because of the things that we have to do to keep it on the shelves. Bread in America is not actually bread because of the way we pasteurize it. You know how we have stuff called imitation crab and stuff like that? That's not even crab. And it shouldn't be called imitation. It shouldn't be called food. Hell, I'd like to go as far to say honey. Honey ain't a real food no more unless it says raw honey. Otherwise, those little packets that you get from Popeyes or the little cheap honey bear honey, that is not honey. That is a honey-like substance, and it's high fructose corn syrup. That's all it is with honey flavoring. Our food is horrible. It's horrible. Kanye Washington said, damn, I just bought some 2 days ago. You better pour that down the drain. Arizona has liquor in every store, and no one should drink that nasty-ish. Somebody said it's called honey sauce. Exactly. It's not honey, it's honey sauce. So yeah, no, don't. If you like Fireball whiskey, buy the big one. Don't buy the little one. The little one ain't whiskey, shorty. The little one is something else. And whatever it is probably tearing up the stomach lining, your stomach lining for that stuff. Teacher Nietzsche says some do say whiskey on the bottle, and that's probably why they suing, teacher. That's probably why they suing, because it's saying whiskey on the bottle, but when they tested that, this one lock is just hitting me and it's just throwing me off. When they tested what's in the bottle, wasn't no whiskey in there. That's what the problem is. Shoot. Okay. Y'all drinking lighter fluid. That's what y'all up here drinking. Y'all better be careful. Y'all stomach gonna tear up. Please be careful. All right, here's our last story of the day, and then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all heard about this pastor that done went to hell and came back and said the whole time he was in hell, all they did was play Rihanna Under My Umbrella, Ella, eh. Now, y'all, in the words of clickbait, this is the clickiest clickbait I've ever seen in my life. When I say you just wanted to use somebody else's name so you could gain a little bit of fame, that is all that happened here. Because you are not going to tell me that in hell all they play is Under My Umbrella. Because I know, just like every other person know, that in hell they play Justin Bieber, baby. Oh. Now, if y'all don't know that, I don't know what y'all know. In a viral TikTok, a pastor claims that he briefly died and went to hell, where they tortured the souls of the damned with Rihanna's music. Sounds like a good time to us, to be honest, Pastor. Pastor Gerald Johnson experienced a heart attack in 2016. Though he thought he had done good enough in his lifetime to be sent to heaven, he said he ended up in the depths of hell instead. He said, I went to the center of the earth. That's where hell is. And while there, he claims he witnessed hellish torture in the form of pop music. There's a section of hell where music was playing. It was the same music that we hear here on earth. And as opposed to the entertainers singing it, the music demons were singing it, he says, claiming a group of demons called Hell's Choir sing and perform secular music to punish the damned. Johnson specifically noted Rihanna's Umbrella and Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy as part of the Demons musical lineup. I knew that on earth, a lot of the music and the lyrics and the songs were inspired by demons. Music is very controlling, Johnson claims, adding every word of every song was made to torture you for the fact that you didn't worship God through music while you were on earth. The pastor says his experience in hell was horrific, and he claims that he witnessed indescribable pain and suffering that he wouldn't wish on his worst enemy. It makes me emotional to even talk about it. One thing that I saw was a man was on all fours like a dog. He was burnt from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet, and his eyes were bulging out. What's worse than that was that he had a chain around his neck like he was a dog. As for why Johnson, a pastor, was sent to hell in the first place, he believes he had too much unforgiveness in his heart towards people who did him wrong. Baby, first of all, that pastor need to lose his whole congregation. Because if the whole thing that you preach is God's loving word and forgiveness, and you don't even believe in it, and you've gone to hell, baby, the blind can't be leading the blind, and I'm definitely not following the deaf, the dumb, and the stupid, because he's following under all of these right now. When they say God take care of fools and babies, I know that on this man's next deathbed, he going to hell. He going to heaven, because baby, this man is a fool. Ain't no way in hell you went to hell. Ain't no way in hell you went to hell. Yeah, I said it like that and I meant it. Ain't no way in hell you went to hell and came back and think you still about to be pastoring at the top of the church. Not with all that fire breathing off of your body. Not with all that steam coming off of you. I know you a doggone lie. Ain't no way in heck. People, this is an honest to God reason why they say your body is your temple and you need to pray at home. You need to love Jesus in your heart and stop following these wicked people. These people telling you they wicked. You got pastors going to hell. You got the cussing pastor down the street. You got the pastor who telling people that he eating coochie. You got the pastor who, and not just any coochies. He eating all congregational coochie. Congregational coochie. I miss Alix because she would have died at that one. Okay. You got the pastor. Just look, y'all. Everybody who say they anointed ain't anointed. Y'all be careful who y'all following out here, because some of these people ain't got the good right in their system that the God gave them. Okay? All right? And I'm telling you right now. Hey, somebody said he came back smelling like sulfur trying to talk to me. God, we ain't playing them games today. Big Red is here. He said pop music on the radio is hell. It's only hell because they play the same song over and over and over again. I tell y'all right now, I don't like Chris Brown music. Not because of Chris Brown, not because of anything he did to Rihanna, not because of his life as a person. He a human. I ain't got nothing to do with his life as life, right? But I don't like Chris Brown music because the moment you hear it, it stays with you. Chris Brown be putting spells. He be putting the algorithm. He be putting the sauce, the juice, whatever you want to call it. He put it on his music. And I swear for everything holy, if you get a Chris Brown song in your head today, it will be there tomorrow when you wake up. And so that's the only reason why I don't like Chris Brown music. That's the only reason why. Because it's just too damn catchy. It's just too damn catchy. Somebody said, hence why I don't go out, because I get tired of hearing the same thing. I believe it. And then somebody else said they get 5,000 spins. And that's exactly why I try to play different music here on All Hustle, No Fear. I try to make sure y'all get to hear some music that y'all ain't heard on the outside before. And maybe this music will sit in your heart a little bit better. Because, baby, I ain't about to let Chris Brown sitting on me all day long. No, sir. No, sir. I won't. Thank you for the person who said I'm cute. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, you wrong. Somebody said I feel like hitting somebody after I hear Chris Brown music. I didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't listen to Chris Brown. The only Chris Brown song that I like I really, really like, is that song off of This Christmas. Oh, when he sings that boy make my doggone tears run rivers. He make my eyes run rivers when he sing that song. I absolutely love him singing that, but that ain't his song, and so that's why I can listen to it, and I stand by what I said. I don't listen to Chris Brown music, but I'll listen to him sing somebody else's music. Okay, y'all, it is time for us to get out of here, and we've got to go, but you know you can catch us again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we'll be talking about cannabis, because on Thursdays that's what we talk about. We also got some science to talk about, y'all. Y'all know I love weird science on Thursday, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. If you have an Ask the Hood, if you have something that's going on in your world and you want me to answer it, you want me to give you my opinion, all you got to do is email it to me at ahnf923@gmail.com, or jump in my DM and put your question or your issue in there, and I'll answer it for you. I want to start talking to more of y'all and answer more of y'all personal Ask the Hoods. Y'all know it's Wednesday, so you got to stay tuned to stay tuned to Hits 92.3. We got the Nico Rose and Mr. Grant show coming up later on in the day. We also got Unbox Top 10. We also have Pep Talk with Tay, and Kels will be on this evening with her Hits exclusive interview. She's got somebody else she wants you to meet. So y'all make sure, Big Red said, it low-key sounds like you love Chris Brown. So I was like I love Kanye. You already know how I feel about that. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for all of the great shows that we have here. Artists. I'm not playing Chris Brown. I'm playing you. So if you want your music put in rotation on All Hustle No Fear's platform, and the reason why I call it a platform is because you're not just getting radio, you're not just getting streaming, you're not just getting social media, and you're not just getting our syndicated platforms, you're getting everything. If you upload your music to All Hustle No Fear, we will promote you across our many social media platforms. You will be in syndication on our Roku channel, as well as our podcast platforms, and we live stream every day, and we're live on Hits 92.3. So all of those different people get to hear and experience your music or music video. I'm telling you, it's a plus, it's a must. Make sure you upload your music, and if you are a business, and if you have any type of product that you want to advertise, All Hustle No Fear is the place to do it, baby. All you got to do is the same thing. Visit allhustlenofear.com for more information on how you can either advertise or promote your music on this platform, or if you just want to come in and be a guest. That's right, same thing. You can be a guest right here on All Hustle No Fear. I got to get out of here, you guys, but I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Here is Control by Dubs of Hash.
It's hefty shit. I ain't gang legend. thought it was love when we made love. Damn, you got control of me, and ain't no controlling me. No, I thought it was love when we made love. Damn, you got control of me, and ain't no controlling me. No,
I swear love was a drug. It got me tripping, feeling for your love. First class in the mix, you know what it was. Paper planes at midnight, baby, keep it up, and you don't need a Red Bull. Girl, it's still give you wings. Pull up and come by, girl, I love to feel you sing. And instead of buying bottles, yeah, I should've bought a ring. See, I'm tripping, gets me reminiscing, falling off my pimpin' ass gripping. She throwing it back, so I forget that you got control on me, but you can't let go of me. Be my Coretta Scott King, I be your MLK. Going through hell for your love and them badass kids. We should've split when I cheated. This love, you can't receive it. Pop a perk up, pain pill, nah, you can't relieve it. This life that we living, know it's cold on the other side when I ain't there. Talking about you, don't care. Still smoking cherry lemonade just to ease the pain. And the champagne wishes, toast the musicians. Left logic at home, took a chance with passion. Have you ever been in love, baby? I'm just asking you.
when we made love. Damn, you got control of me, and ain't no controlling me. No, I thought it was love when we made love. Damn, you got control of me, and ain't no controlling me. No, 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 no.